Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Hey. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need red. And I don't need no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no.
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action with Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Steps away to his left. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. It's the rookie from Washington, Tanner Rapp, who picked it. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road, you're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on, Long way to go in this one.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Moore, caught by the tight end Ertz. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Moore now. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Looking to throw. Moore. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Third down. Here's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 48 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Le'Veon Bell. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Check, 59. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Here we go, D.
Second down, Haskins. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike, check, 59.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, but it'll be second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around. Not having that success, might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Haskins going to throw again. He's going to float this over the middle deep. That's going to be caught. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the Steelers' 35-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 or protein spill. Target. Shoot.
On 1st and 10, Moore. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check the outs. Check the out.
Get it.
To throw is Moore. To throw again. Here's a screen to Powell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
And Lobo.
54 Mike. Watch the slant.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Back to throw. Moore. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Bryant's extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins is going to fire one, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Moore to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now Moore to throw on 3rd down. A screen to Bell. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Taking it about the 16. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
56, check 56. Coming to you, coming to you.
It's complete to Diggs. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. They run again on first down. Anderson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now Haskins to throw it. And Diggs has it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Browns' 13-yard line.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Tried to punch it in with the extra beef of the fullback on 3rd and goal, but it didn't work.
And you think to yourself, more size, more physicality, you're going to wedge and create a hole. Sometimes that extra size actually takes up that space, and you get
got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Browns drive about to get started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's our field. Hey, it's our routes.
Here's Moore. Gonna throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Stephon Diggs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Moore now. From the gun, he'll throw. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. 2nd and 1. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go for it with Bell. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Bravo!
56.
Operating from the gun. Moore. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Looking to throw. More. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh 1st.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop.
At the 16-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's our time. It's our time.
This is Burkhead running to the right. Burkhead a 1st down and then some. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Rex Burkhead, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On the ready.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
The open man is Smith. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. First target, 1st catch, and a 1st down. Back to throw. Moore. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They run it again with Anderson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. From midfield now, Haskins. He wants it all for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Stephon Diggs, 50 yards. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Steelers 42, Browns 17. Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Landry. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 53 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Here we go. Check.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. He was looking for Landry that time. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally. More now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Alshon Jeffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the forced turnover on defense. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. That is caught inside the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. from 3 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. But it's going to be second down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Browns on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be third and a mile. Looking to throw. Moore, gonna look deep for Jet, and now here is another interception. It's Clinton Dix with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A give to Burkhead on first down. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Left side caught by Diggs. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Stop your whining.
Haskins going to try to throw it. The quick slant caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Back to throw. Moore. It's caught by Garcon. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Moore. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.